wrong song. Well, good morning. Hey, hope everybody out there is doing well. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Welcome to our live stream. This is August? No. March 3rd. March 10th. Welcome to March 10th. What year is it, Wes?
It's 2022, buddy.
2022. Wow. Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk that it's 2022? We should all be having a condo on the moon and having flying cars. And that just didn't seem to happen. So W.C. Ray. So that's Robin, right? How you doing? Thanks for coming. Is that a quilter mini brute? No, it's a quilter cub. By the way, I'm going direct, so we couldn't decide which way to go. And at last minute decided to go direct because we can control the volume a little. Guntersville, Alabama, Chris's Guitar Show. You got a guitar show going on there? And we're going to a guitar show in Santa Maria at the end of the month. I got my cup of coffee. Look at this coffee. Look at it. Look at it. See the foam on this? Nespresso. I mean, you know, you'd pay $6 at the restaurant for that. And here I got it for $2.95. Actually, probably less than that.
I would hope it was less than that. That's a ripoff if you're
brew. $2.95. No, it's about, I think, 60 or 70 cents. Good evening from the Netherlands. It's 8 p.m. there now. Wow, it's almost time for night. So Wes is with me. Say hi, Wes.
Hey, guys.
And then Gail's working that too. Gail there. She said, thanks for joining us. And anyway, that song was called Bebop Deluxe. And that was an original song. And the reason I played it is my band has a gig. I have a quartet, wonderful quartet. And I miss those guys because we're about 150 miles away. And anyway, they're coming up. We're going to play a gig at Puffers in Pismo Beach this Sunday at 4:30. It'll be really, really fun. The place is tiny, really tiny, so I hope we don't blow the roof off.
We're efforting to try to live stream some of this gig. This is going to be one of our first times trying to live stream a gig.
Good. Hey,
so
you know what I was thinking?
It's going to go great, obviously. So, but yeah, hopefully we can get that worked out because I think that would be fun.
Well, you know what, too, Wes? I was thinking about it, and if possible, like during the break, I could send some people over to interview, just for fun. You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah.
Don't know what you mean.
You know, I always pictured like Dick Clark's American Bandstand. Well, you wouldn't know, but after every song, he would be in the audience and he'd interview people. You know, hey, what high school do you go to? You know, and all that stuff and blah blah blah. And so that's a good formula. I always thought if we had a show, you know, we'd interview people live there. So I'd just send some people over and you'd interview them.
Yeah, the only problem is I think we're going to have to like clamp there's no room in that building for anything other than all the people who they cram in there to this tiny little spot. Right. And you can't even walk through the place. And so that means my camera is going to be like clipped onto something and not not this time.
Yeah. We'll see. Yeah. Anyway, okay, so here's my, this is my Heritage H550. And it's kind of like a Tal Farlow. It's maple press tops. I think the sides and back are pressed as well. So anyway, and it's got a little tiny piece of wood in there so it doesn't feed back. This is a great axe to go out and gig with where the volume might be high. So I thought I'd get it ready to play this weekend. And because, you know, that place is small. I don't know. Isn't that pretty? Matter of fact, I got a message from a fella, and he said, Actually, he called me. A friend of his had passed away, and he wanted to make a donation to a worthy cause in his name. And who would I recommend? And, of course, I recommended Guitars, Not Guns. Or is it Guns, Not Guitar? No, it's Guitars, Not Guns.
Man, that's where you messed up. Should have recommended Guitar College. Go ahead. Donate that thing to Guitar College. We'll take it. It'll be a worthy cause.
Oh, yeah. So anyway, he said, man, he was there when I used this at Paisano. He said, man, that is the most prettiest guitar I've ever seen. And it is, isn't it? So, I don't know. Wow, Gail said, wow. What good morning. That's a pretty guitar. Hi from New Zealand. What are those pickups? These are Schallers. The Schallers are a little darker. Right now, this is kind of flat. There is a high-end thing going on there. I'm going to just roll that high-end up a Anyway, so Alistar said, my dad's rich. Hey, my dad's rich. Your daddy's rich and your mama good looking. So hush, Alistar, don't you cry. From Siberia. Wow, what?
I mean, Serbia.
Serbia. Oh, wow. Hello, thank you for joining us. How nice. Good grief. We are international. So anyway, what was I talking about? This guitar? Schaller pickups. I am going to take off this and I'm going to put on a hammer rail pickup from Reverend. I've been meaning to do that for 3 years now. He gave it to me a while ago. And I'm going to put it on. We're going to do a A-B comparison. That is a pretty sounding guitar, isn't it? This guitar is a 10-footer because when you get really down close to it, you see that the binding has some cracks and stuff like that. But nothing is separating. Everything's wonderful. So, I don't care. I just soon have some dings here and there so I don't do the first ding and then just feel sick to my stomach after doing that. My dad got me a yacht for my 20th birthday. Wow.
Come on, sail it on over to San Luis Obispo. Let's
Yeah.
go for a ride on that thing.
Yeah, come on
There's
over.
There's a port over there. Port of San Luis. Great docking spot.
Or Morro Bay.
You
Couldn't
can
they?
do a gig on the yacht. Have a big jazz gig on your yacht.
Yeah, I did a gig on a yacht once with Jamie Finley. And they got so many people on the lot. It was in Channel Islands. It bottomed out, and they had to wait for the tide to come in so they could get out. It's so funny. God, that was a long gig and wet. Holy cow. Okay, so as Wes, you noticed, I've been on a buying spree. Yesterday and the day before, I've been going nuts buying guitars. And I was thinking, why am I doing this? And then I realized it's because every day I get a call. No kidding. Hey, is that Guild X 150 still available? Hey, is that Sweet 16 still available? Is that, this and that and this guitar still available? And, I thought I better just buy some guitars. And so I did. So here's what I bought. You ready for this? A Gibson Tal Farlow. Really nice looking guitar. Can't wait for that to come. A Heritage 575 Custom that I owned at another time, and I think he's on our live stream every once in a while. The guy who bought it, I forget his name. God darn it, he's I think in Florida or Louisiana. But anyway, he must have traded it in for this place because this is a one-of-a-kind guitar, and it's on my website. The old video on it, but it's a 575 with cloud inlays and a one pickup. Gorgeous guitar, and it just sounds great.
So you want to see it?
No, well, I don't know. What do you mean? I don't have any still pictures. I don't.
Of the.
Well, maybe I do.
Of what? Tal Farlow?
No, not the Telfar. We'll show the Telfarlison, but on our webpage, Wes, under Heritage Guitars, there is a 575 custom, the one I'm talking about. If you want to show it, but they don't have to. I also bought a X150, 2 pickups. I also bought an A150. A150 is the one that's made in Japan or Korea now that has the floating pickup. And I had one of those another time. I always wanted to see what those were like. So I bought it, and I bought one that had a cracked top. And it was really inexpensive. And so I thought, wow, this sounds pretty good. I like it. And so this dealer friend of mine came over, and he liked it, and he wanted it, so I sold it to him, and I never bought another one. But I did buy another one of those. I bought an Eastman 580, right, which was the one that a little thinner. It's got the one pickup. It's got the parallel binding paragram, or whatever it's called. Not binding, but inlays. Beautiful guitar. But I've had a few of these. It has maple binding. It's gorgeous. I bought that. I bought a 805. This one here. This is a 805 dual pickup. I bought an 805 single pickup. I bought a Samick LaSalle just to check them out. And also, Quilter, Peter from Quilter Labs, called me up and said, hey, I'm going to send you our very, very last, and this time we really mean it, our very last Micro Pro 8-inch. So I've got that. That came. And so the last couple of guys that ordered those, they said they only had 10-inch, so they got the 10 inches. But then he said, we found this extra thing, and I don't know. And so anyway, we're going to send it to you. So that was nice of them. So, okay, where are we at on here, Wes? There's that. So, well, wait a minute. Get ready, because you're gonna see a bunch of videos on these guitars, and if you want one, they seem to go pretty fast. Am I competing with Norm? No, not at all. Norm is a vintage fella. But I do have a lot of acquaintances that do this, and so, what the heck. By the way, these strings have been taking off. This is Rich's set, and I ordered 45 sets. And last night I ordered another 45 sets. So that's good. And I really appreciate that. I hope you guys like them and come back and get some more. And, I was thinking, gosh, I told Gail, I got all these guitars coming in. Well, that's going to take up 10 of those sets. So there you have it. So I did learn something this week. Just last night, I got this guitar out to play, and the strings were pretty dead. I haven't played it in a long time. So I thought I'll restring it. But then I kept looking at it comes with a bridge that is a shallow bridge that is for like with a vibrato. It's a roller shallow bridge. And I don't know. I know this guy, he said he replaced his with a Tune-o-matic, and he liked it better. So I got a Tune-o-matic, and I kept waiting for that to come. So I left the strings off for 4 or 5 days. So there was no tension on the neck. Put the strings on, put the bridge on. The neck is like, oh my God, holy cow. So, you think about it, you've got, I don't know how many pounds of pressure. I would just estimate, let's say 200 pounds of pressure with these strings pulling on this neck. Now you take it off and it slumps or humps. I mean, put them back on, but it doesn't go back to where it was. So I had to do my adjustments on it. And have you ever been to a chiropractor? You take this, you had to take the neck, and as I adjusted the neck, lay it down and go like this on the back just to, help it along a little bit. Got it playing beautifully now. But that I probably had known that, and I forgot all about that, but it made me think that lately I've been shipping the guitars with the strings completely tuned off and the bridge removed. Because I shipped one time and something happened and we had, something come down on it. And so it cracked it. But, so I've been removing the bridge. And I sent a guitar out to a fella, and he said, I got it all put back together, but it's buzzing like crazy. So it made me think maybe that's not such a good idea to really take all the string tension off. So when shipping it, because it's off for about 7 days. So I have to rethink that, and I'll keep you posted. Whew. I told Gail I got nothing to talk about today, but that doesn't seem to be the case, I guess. Oh, Wes, you there? Wake up,
Yeah,
Wes.
That doesn't really seem logical, that taking all the tension off that neck. It seems like you'd want a little bit left on there.
I know. Well, you're taking the tension off the top.
Right.
You don't want the top, when I ship the boxes now, as you know, I say do not stack, and because just picture, them throwing this in the truck, and then, we got a barbecue, throw that in there too, and it comes down, and if you got pressure on the top, it's a bummer. So,
but that being said, like, say someone throws a 40-pound package right on top of that thing, how much do you think that taking the strings off is going to add to that, like a pound?
Well, no, because this is 200 pounds. This tension here is 200 pounds, and you got 200 pounds pushing on this top, let's say.
Wow, that's 200 pounds? That's a lot. That's crazy. Yeah, all right. Then
that would be like me. I mean, I don't know for sure. I'm not a luthier, but I knew the strings. You could look it up and see what a heavy gauge flat wound set would, how many pounds of pressure that is. And then you also got that. So if you took off that, anyway, it's a balancing act. You got to make sure that in the guitar case you got something higher than your bridge, All right. What is this guy? What are you talking about, WC? Can your socks play My Funny Valentine? My socks. What is...
Yeah, this little forum page here that I pulled up says a light gauge string set has the overall pressure of 140 pounds.
A light gauge.
Light gauge.
Yeah. So what do you think a heavy set would be?
Probably, like you said, around 200.
Yeah. So that's a lot of poundage. That'd be like me standing on it. But does it say how much pressure is on the bridge?
No.
Pushing onto the top. No. Okay. Jim Rolfe. I talked to Jim Rolfe last night. Jim Rolfe's coming to camp. I call him Jim Rolfe because that's what my phone says. Call Jim Rolfe. But his name is Rolfe. and he's coming to camp, but he also got his strings and he put them on. And so we were talking about that. You know, when you put on the strings, here's the problem. When you change gauge, you always have to adjust your strings. So adjust your neck. You put them on and it slumps. So what guys do, you know, they look at it and they think, oh, shit, geez, the action's high. Action's high. So they lower the action. Well, now it buzzes because it's so close up here. So I told Jim, get it as straight as you possibly can. Just, you know, can you see that? I don't know. Could you see that, Wes? That how much relief is that?
No.
Maybe you can't. Yeah, you can't see that. I mean, you can hear it. Can you hear it? I mean, it's just tiny bit of relief. Tiny. Like a business card tiny. So then when the neck and the strings lose their pressure after time, the neck might hump and he might pick up some buzzes. So then you got to adjust it again. So think about it. You know, you got to adjust it many. You know what it's close to? Do you remember when you go to the dentist and you get a filling, and you should bite down, and then he says, "How's that feel?" And you go like, "Man, I really feel that." And so he goes, "Try it now." You know, he doesn't take off 1.5 inches, right? He takes off 1 millimeter. So same kind of deal with guitars that play well. How do you feel that my socks are worth more than your whole guitar collection in house?
How do those socks smell, by the way? I'm curious.
So what do you mean your socks? They must be great socks. I've got some wonderful socks. I've got happy socks. I should bring them in and show them to everybody. My dad got me, okay, we're back up there. My dad gave me a phone call on my 20th birthday. Well, at least you had your dad. I always enjoy these sessions. Never a dull moment watching and, of course, listening to Rich play. Well, thank you so much. That's very nice of you.
Yeah, maybe that means you should play a song.
Let's play a song on this this guitar over here. Shall we? Let's use the Eastman 805, or is it 803?
Yeah, 803.
803. God damn. Idiot. Stupid.
803, 16D, right?
D, yeah, D. Double D. Hey. That's not a bad combination. One thing I noticed, I've got to grind the bridge on this. I've got the action about as low as it can go, and it could go lower. Ooh, yeah.
Wow, that thing's a lot brighter than the other one.
Well, this is solid spruce top. Spruce is brighter than maple.
Yeah, that's noticeable for sure.
Is that guitar loud enough?
Feels like that guitar is a little lower than the other one.
Okay, well, there, we'll leave it at that. So, you know, last week we had Summertime on sale, the collection, and a lot of guys bought it. Didn't we give away the?
Yeah, it was Summertime Simple Solo was our Friday freebie on last Friday, and we got a ton of people that got it. It was well over 100.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, so now the full collection on sale.
Whole collection's on sale, and so guys have been getting that. You know, Summertime. Oh, yeah, here's the solo. Maybe I'll kind of try to play the solo. Oops. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Jim's comment. Oh, that's good, Jim. That he
Your
says-
tub is going to get crowded if you get too many. Hey, say toy boat, real fast, 10 times. You know where I learned that trick about the tongue twister? From Jerry Mathers. When I was a little boy, he lived up the street, and him and his brother, we were wrestling, and they pinned me down. And he said, "I'll let you up. Say if you can say toy boat 10 times real fast." Of course you can't. But anyway. Yeah, that was good, Jim. That was funny. Too many boats. Toy boat, toy boat, toy boat. All right, here we go. Was the solo. This just messing around. So there was Summertime. That was the solo that we gave away. And then the collection gives you the chord melody, comping chords. I think there's another solo and some other stuff. The goal, whenever you learn a song, is really to learn it inside and out. I mean, not just learn the, and that's what we try to discuss in the JGI course, is that you try to learn it every which way you can. So learn to play it in octaves. Learn to play it in different areas of the neck. Learn to play a chord melody. Learn the comping chords that sound cool. And then learn a solo. And learn how that solo is put together, the improv insights. Now when you go out and play, you can tear it up on that tune. And that's a song that everybody plays. That's the most recorded song ever, I read. Over 25,000 covers. Isn't that crazy? Covers. Little Georgie Gershwin did it again. Okay, wait a minute. Let's see. Here we have some questions and comments. Late to the party. Greetings from Atco, New Jersey. Atco, isn't that Atlantic Records? Okay. I have a proposal. When guitars are presented, it'd be good to show a little more than 1 minute, how to hear a guitar without an amplifier. Well, we'll do a video on this guitar, right? You want to do that, Wes?
Yeah.
All right. So, and we'll do that.
Well, he keeps going. He says guitar magnets generally do the same job, but at the acoustic level, there are more differences. And then he goes on to say, in any case, when buying a jazz guitar, always pay attention first how a guitar sounds without an amplifier. So if it passes that test, then you can see how it sounds on an amplifier. But I don't know, because how often do you play your jazz guitar in an acoustic setting? So,
well, I play every morning that way.
yeah, but you're not playing it in front of an audience.
No,
and
that's...
You don't really care how it sounds acoustically. Right. Just as long as it plays good and you can hear it.
Right. And so here's the deal. The deal is the more acoustic it sounds, the less electric it sounds. So you think about an L5. An L5 is probably, supposed to be the one, right? Acoustically, there are other guitars, especially Eastmans, that are way louder than an L5. L5s aren't that loud. And L4, they're not that loud. Okay, but it's the balance between the two, So sometimes, just because the guitar is louder acoustically doesn't make it better electrically, is what I'm trying to say. It just taints the sound. Things are different, so it's a combo. Now, and I always used to like the thump. You can thump a guitar, and you can kind of tell what's going on a little bit. But up here, this is where the neck block is. So on this guitar, I raised the pickup off the top, and as I'm playing it, so this is a good point. Here it is acoustically, and it's actually pretty loud for a 16-inch. And this is only maybe a 3-inch body. So, and having two pickups, but they're raised off the top now. When I was just playing it now, I was thinking, I don't know, maybe I'll drop those pickups back down. Because the high end, or maybe it might just mean adjusting a little more. I thought the high end wasn't strong enough. So anyway. Okay, now what, Wes? Oh, let's do a lick from the Summertime solo. All right, here's a cool little lick. So the first 4 bars of the Summertime Solo is, okay, we're starting off, you know, off the 5 chord of A minor, and we're going to go 1, 2. Now, A minor, this is A minor 6th, right? That's taken from the Dorian, or it's taken from the A melodic minor. And so this particular note, using the F sharp against the 9th, anyways, of the dominant chord, is a little different sounding. A lot of times when you play Summertime, it's more of a dark sound because it's A minor 7, A minor 6, and then B minor 7 flat 5 to E7, which is harmonic minor. It's not melodic minor. But what we're doing is putting that treatment in the very beginning of that, just to have it, just to make a contrast. So we're going to start it as 1, 2. Okay, that's for the A minor. Now, over the B minor 7 to the E7, we're going to go. So we're going F, G sharp, G natural, F, E. Okay, so now it sounds like this. 1, 2, 2 with 3 or 4. Okay, now that's not too hard, right? Now once you learn a solo, you can apply those things to other songs as well as to play. You could mix up the notes and create your own solo. So in other words, I could go 3, 4, then just kind of mix things up using those notes. Let's see if this works. There's a 4-bar intro on here. Three, 4, 1. Right? So that sounded kind of cool. So there's our first phrase of the solo. The second phrase is going 2-5 to the 4 chord, D minor. And what I've wrote out is this. I'm starting on E, and then A, B flat, C, C sharp, and 2 and 3 and 4 and then now it resolves to D minor. Okay, so here we are. 3, 4, 1 and 2. Okay, there. Let's hear what that sounds like with the track. So here's our introduction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. get that? Want to do, well, let's do 2 more measures, okay? Now it goes to a D minor over C, and we're going to go just chromatically down from the C. Chromatically down. So easy. And then okay, now let's hear what we've got. Intro, 4 bars. Or 3, 4, 1, 2. Bada boom, bada bing, bam, boom, boom, boom. There it is. So there's a nice little solo. Now, remember, improv music is the reorganization of something you already know how to play. So you got to input a lot of other stuff before you get anything out. Okay? Don't try to reinvent things. Learn, if you're new at this, just learn licks, learn solos. I got a ton of them. And then it gives you a vocabulary, and then you can use that vocabulary in different playing situations, okay? It's like learning the phrase, I got to go to the bathroom. And no matter where you are, if you say that, people know what you're talking about. All right. All right, where are we at on here, Guitar Man? This is Mark, the guitar guy from East Tennessee. Really enjoyed one of your videos you did on playing the minor 6 and 3 manner against the 1/6. Playing the blues in Breezin'. Yeah, good. I'm glad you like that. By the way, this pickup needs to be adjusted as well. Oh, never mind. I'm glad.
Going for a live guitar tech demonstration now.
Yeah. I can. It's because listen, it's way too high. All right. So anyway,
does anyone? I mean, you need some questions, guys. You guys got any questions? What do you want to learn something? Ask them something.
Yeah, come on, guys. You guys, come on. Kirby, good morning, Kirby. How are you, sir? Kirby from Thousand Oaks. Jim Rolfe from Thousand Oaks. Kirby's coming to camp. How was that Golden Eagle treating you, Kirby?
Probably pretty well. Pretty well, I'm sure.
I'm sure it is. So, we went to my grandson's concert last night. He plays cello. And, the concert or the string ensemble, they've been hit pretty hard with the COVID thing. And it was funny because one of the violins was just quite badly out of tune. And for some reason, it didn't get any better. I mean, you'd think that you don't have frets, you'd adjust. But finally, the conductor tuned it for her, and then it was much better. I'm thinking, when things are a little out of tune, man, that's painful. Well, Wes, why don't we go over to reverb then, if nobody's got anything to say?
Okay, yeah.
Did you see what I wrote down?
Yeah.
For reverb? Okay, so a long time ago, I had this amplifier, and it might even be that one, and it's from Chico. I was looking at it, and I was thinking, I wonder if it's got the same chord on it. But anyway, that was my very first amp, a Vibroverb. Well, highly sought after amplifier because Stevie Ray Vaughan started playing it. Had a JBL in it. It only weighed about 85 pounds or something. It was very, very heavy. And they have gone up in price. Crazy, stupid. All right, that's 51. That's the low end of those. I mean, if you start looking around, they're as high as 10 grand. And it's crazy. So, but I had the wild hair to trade it for an Echoplex that a friend of mine had. So I traded my amp for an Echoplex, like that.
Yikes.
Yeah.
That was
a
bad deal.
It was. But you know what? That Echoplex, that was before loopers and all that stuff. Man, I used the heck out of that thing. I didn't use it only as an echo unit. I used it as, you could put like a full minute on there if you wanted to. And so I would record changes and then over and over, work on soloing over them. I don't know why they're so sought after for, $18.95, and it's got a tape in it, and it's noisy and hissy, and I guess it's just the nostalgia kind of thing. But
is that the tape right there?
Uh-huh.
Man, can you still buy the tapes for it?
You probably can, it's crazy.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's weird how it loops in there. And then you move the tape head depending on how close. See, one records and the other plays. And so when it's in the echo move, it's depending on the distance between the tape heads is how close the echo is. So anyway, crazy, huh? And yeah, nowadays, of course, it's done electronically with a chip, like this big, that can do it. But anyway,
yeah,
that was not a good move, I guess. And I've tried to get those amps are really.
Look at that one.
Yeah.
14 grand.
Oh my God. Let's see the back of that. Yeah, that's not mine. I thought I saw mine one time at a guitar show, and I think he was asking $3,500, which was high at the time, but no, it's not. So anyway.
So you're gonna buy that one or what?
No.
You're on a buying spree. Keep the.
No. No, but I'm buying these to resell, Wes, except maybe not the Tal Farlow, but to resell. Okay, hello, Rich Love. Always love your videos and playing. This is beautiful. That is it for sale? Mike Taylor meant to say from Baltimore. It might be someday soon. I don't know yet. I heard one of these. One of these was on Reverb, and I immediately jumped on it to check it out, and I got a hold of the guy. And he kept saying, I don't know what year it is. And he says, does the sticker on there give me the serial number? And, and he was looking at the phone number for Heritage. It's here we go, it's 603 or something. And I said, no, man, it's on the back of the headstock. So you look at the back of the headstock, and it's been erased.
Oh.
So I'm always leery about buying a guitar that has a headstock. The serial numbers have been removed. That's not cool. So I kind of shied away from that one. I'll need to look, but the Vibrolux for you. Yeah, look for the Vibrolux. Vibroluxes didn't take off as much as the Vibroverb because they only made those ones for 2 years, I think. Or maybe the 64 and the 65. I think it might just be 1 year with the big 15-inch JBL. David Gilmour Echoplex. 14K for an Echoplex.
Wow. David Gilmour. So, is it like did he have a special model of it or something?
I don't know. It's just the fact that he owned it, I guess.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That certainly would raise the price a bit.
I suppose, but how would you even know, really? I mean, I guess you'd have to get a serial number and date it and have a picture of him.
Yeah, I was gonna say having a picture. It's like Pawn Stars,
Yeah.
It's all about the story behind it. Here's the picture. And
Hey, man.
call in the expert.
Yeah. Let's call an expert. Hey, so what about? You want to do some guitar news? You got any guitar news?
I do.
You don't want to do it now? I could do a tune.
Yeah, you want to play your song there? Yeah, play your song first.
Play my song first. Okay, this is a song called Gentle Rain, which is a song that we are going to be doing on the... hold on, guys. Hold on here. That we are going to be doing on the at the workshop. And the thing about Gentle Rain is it's got a lot of chords, and there's kind of a funny thing that happens when you have a lot of chords going by. You think it's hard to solo over, but it's really not. Because the chords are generally sequential. They're not just out there, They're sequential, and so things can move right along. But the thing about then it sounds really jazzy the more chords you got. Now, if you have a song that doesn't have many chords, as the soloist, you solo around the chords that aren't there. It makes your solos hip. So, in other words, okay, so if you solo simple and you got a lot of moving chords, it sounds cool. You solo difficult over chords that aren't being played and just over static chords, it sounds cool too. What doesn't sound good is playing just when, if it's B flat 7 for 4 bars, you play in B flat 7. It just isn't as cool. All right, so Gentle Rain, we're going to start the tune. The way we've arranged it is we're going to play it starting with the bridge as an intro. And you'll hear the sequential chords then. You may continue, band. That seems low, doesn't it? Whoa. Hear that? something like that. So that's a nice little tune, isn't it? Gentle Rain, like I said, it's got a lot of chords in it. It's not that difficult once you get past that idea. Okay, and that's why it's for the C group, which is the less experienced guys, but that's okay. They'll be experienced when they get done. So anyway, the hello from New Jersey. Pat Evans just about missed today. And Pat Evans, I don't know if you saw in the beginning, but I just got I haven't got it yet. I just bought a Heritage Custom 575 one pickup with cloud inlays like your Golden Eagle. Anyway, just thought I'd let you know. So, where are we at, Wes? What do you think?
There's a question there from Robin Ray. Did you ever play with Al Caliola? Is that his name? Caliola?
No, I've never even heard of him.
Caliola? Yeah.
You mean Alviola? The guy with Sinatra? No.
And then there's one question that just popped up right now. You can read that. Hey, Rich.
As someone switching over from classic guitar, is it better to start playing with a pick, or is playing solely fingerstyle a good way to go? Well, that's a good question. I think you should probably, playing classical pick is probably pretty foreign to you. Joe Pass started playing with a pick, but later in his career, he didn't play with a pick, hardly at all. So, I don't know the answer to that question. Do what's comfortable. If you use a steel string guitar, like this with I don't know, I imagine it's going to feel different, on your fingers. So I would just use your fingers and try to really make the music. I've been teaching guys lately to really depend more on hammering and pull-offs and slides. Even playing a major scale like this. So I'm only picking once. So in which case then you could easily play with your fingers. So that's the deal.
Didn't Wes Montgomery didn't really use a pick, right?
No, he didn't use a pick. Yeah, just his thumb. So he would do it the same way. I'm just playing a scale just because that's what everybody knows how to play. So if you were to play okay. So yeah, you could use you can use your thumb, you can use your finger. The point is you want to, I don't know. It's a big adjustment to go from playing like this now to playing like this with a pick. Okay.
You see that question there from Pat?
Pat Evans, he's always got questions. Question, when pickup selector switch gets a little sticky, can you spray a little WD-40 in it? No, not WD-40. They make electronic spray for that. WD-40 is sticky, you know. It'll only make it. Wait a minute. A selector switch is sticky. No, no, don't do that. If you wanted to put a little, I don't know what you mean. Why is it sticky? What do you mean sticky? I would WD-40. Think about it, Pat. You're a car guy. Putting WD-40 on your points, it's not a good idea, right? Same thing with this. You got this point. This thing rocks back and forth and pushes a contact. And when you get WD-40 on there, it's nice in the beginning, but then it starts to get dirty. So you have to use actually electronics cleaner or a contact cleaner.
Yeah, like Mike Taylor here says, I would suggest using Deoxit,
Oh,
which is this,
oh,
which is a fader lubricant.
oh! Wow, that's cool. Boy, I ought to get some of
And
that.
then Sweetwater.
Oh, well, that's good to know. Yeah, thank you for the tip, Mike. Okay. So, Wes, you got some news?
Yeah, I do have a little bit of news. Not a whole ton out there though this week. Not gonna lie. But this story was pretty funny, pretty interesting. Fenders, you know, they do everything they can to keep selling their what I feel are overpriced custom shop strats and
Straps?
strats and
Oh, strats,
jellies.
yeah.
And so they just debuted a new line of
Oh.
them. Here's a look. These they're calling the Hot Wheels collection. Collaboration with toy giant Mattel. You know, the little Hot Wheels cars that we all had growing
Yeah,
up.
sure, yeah.
So they have 16 new different designs here. Stratocasters, Telecasters. There's a Jaguar, a Katana, and a couple P bases. Each one of these models comes with the actual Hot Wheels car that kind of gave it the inspiration. Also, it comes with like a Hot Wheels special strap, a Hot Wheels little pick.
How much are these?
So that's where things get interesting. Here's a closer look at one of them. This is the Katana, I believe.
Oh,
there.
man.
Anyway, so the low range on these guitars, the low, starting at $10,500. $10,000 for one of these bad boys, and that's on the low end. So you know, the high end, 16,500. 16,500. And that's one of the more expensive one is the Night Shifter fretless P bass, and then they have what they call the Bullwhip Strat with Hot Wheels chrome vinyl wrap on it, which I'm not exactly sure which one it is. I'm guessing it's either this one or this one. But at any rate, what a bargain price, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why? Yeah, you should be buying these instead
Yeah.
of your
Boy, those. I can't wait to get one of those.
Yeah. It's,
Man.
I mean, if anything, wouldn't you think that they would make a low-end model of these that's like kids would want to buy or something? Like
Yeah.
make a Squire version that they sell for like, you know, $300.
Well, I think they finally really met their marriage. That marriage between Mattel and Fender that's like Barbie and Ken. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty weird.
Let's see. Let's take the guitar that's kind of made like a skateboard, and we'll meld it with Mattel plastic parts.
Yeah, it's funny. Robin Ray says that's a perfect addition to your Jack Daniels Stratocaster.
Oh yeah.
You know, which we all need one of those. And then yeah, It Mofo. They look like they should cost about $100 tops. That's what I was thinking too. I mean, they just kind of look ridiculous. And could you see like a serious player like playing that at a gig or something like?
Oh, I could see Slash playing that, right?
Oh man, even Slash would not play one of those.
No.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, you
Slash
nobody
would
would play
cringe at one of those things.
Yeah, he would.
I can't even think of a guitar player that would actually use one of those. And I mean, I have a long list of like punk rock guys, and even then, I think they'd just be like, "What the hell is this?" So anyway, that's one of the stories that I saw. Another one here. You know, anyone who's a serious guitar player, we all know Paul Reed Smith guitars. Right. You know, they're pretty great, pretty unique. There's one feature on them that is kind of a staple, makes them stand out a little bit, and that is these bird inlays.
Right.
You know, they all have these cool looking kind of bird inlays. Well, do you know where that came from? Where they came up with that idea?
No.
Well, they just revealed, I believe it was Guitar World magazine. So what happened was they came up with the idea while in 1976, Paul Reed Smith was working with Peter Frampton to come up with a new guitar for Peter Frampton. So Peter brought him over. Smith is going through all of his guitars and like racking his brain. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Then dug deep in his heart and came up with the bird idea because he says that the idea was simple. Quote, "My mother was a bird watcher and I never thought about it. I had this guitar to make and I needed inlays for it. And I just got the thought of, hey, my mom loves birds. I'm going to throw these bird inlays in there." And he says the idea went from his mind to the inlay and was like a no-brainer. All of a sudden he thought about it. Boom, we're doing it. Put them on there. And now, I mean, pretty much every one of their kind of stock guitars has these birds on it. I believe there's some custom ones out there that have, you know, different ones. But for the most part, any one you're going to buy or find at a store or online to buy, it's going to have these. Well,
that's a nice story.
Yeah, isn't that kind of
yeah?
Cool?
You know, I always thought that those bird inlays should have little dots on the frets beneath them, kind of like bird droppings. Let's a few little dots, you know, here and there, like. Anyway, you know, that's a beautiful story. That's really nice. So that's where that came from. Inspiration from the Birds.
Yeah, but not the band, the Birds.
Oh.
His mom's love for birds. Anyway, what else do we got? Oh yeah, I have this little piece of kind of gear news here that I thought was kind of interesting that I wanted to share with you. If you're looking for a new way to, you know, make your guitar sound different, which you know,
right?
There's this new thing called the Picasso guitar bow. And this little device here is basically like a little violin bow. And it makes some pretty cool sounds. It's not bad. We'll take a little quick listen here.
This is the Picasso Guitar Bow, a revolutionary and unique accessory for acoustic guitars that opens up for you a new world of sound and possibilities in a fun and creative way. We adjust our bow especially for acoustic guitars, so you can play on any string you want. You can play on one string, or two strings together.
Hey everybody, it's Marcus Eaton. I wanted to show you this Picasso bow.
You can even play simultaneously while strumming the strings.
But it sounds...
Or use it as a pick if you like.
Yeah, the other side.
Cool,
of it
right?
has a pick.
Now let's see how guitar players who never met...
Yeah, so anyway, it's pretty interesting. It definitely sounds...
this product before.
Pretty
Experience
close to like
it for the first time.
Right.
Anyway, we don't have to sit here and watch this whole video, but... but it's pretty interesting.
Right. Well, oh gosh, come on, who's the guy with Led Zeppelin? You know, Jimmy Page. He did that with the bow, right?
Right. Well, he used the actual
An actual violin.
bow. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, it definitely, like it says right here, this is pretty accurate. It sounds surprisingly good.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, what doesn't sound good about it is it costs $80.
Well.
Like $80? Like what?
Well,
How
those
much do you
horse.
think that thing costs to make?
Well,
$2 the most.
I don't know. It depends. You know, I mean, they're not big production.
Well, either way, I mean, the markup on that seems astronomical.
Hey, your
And,
thing froze. This
Oh.
thing froze up. Something froze. Oh, well, that was weird. See, you're
yeah.
you
Huh.
froze. What happened to you? Are you cold?
That's weird. I don't know. But anyway, so what you could do now is you can buy the Fender Hot Wheels guitar and then get one of those guitar bows, and you can look like a real
Right.
awesome player.
I
there.
think Slash should use the guitar bow on his new Hot Wheels guitar.
Yeah, so I don't know. That I thought was kind of funny, kind of cool. I mean, I wouldn't mind testing out one of those guitar bows just to see what kind
You
of
know,
sound
my
it would
problem is I don't own an acoustic guitar.
make. Yeah. See if I'm did I unfreeze? Oh,
There
there you
you
go.
go, there
Yeah,
you
I
are.
unfroze.
Slash, any update regarding your new Quilter amplifier? Now we're going to do a video on those later today, but this the Cub I think is pretty darn cool, and it's affordable too. It's really affordable. Where are we at? Let's go surf it. Would you take? Oh, yeah. Gentle rain. Isn't that called drizzle in England? You get soaking wet. Love those notes coming down on me, Rich. Huh? Like the Yentl rain. That's the Jewish version, the Yentl rain. Here's a reason. Here's a reason most symphonies omit guitarists. Dazed and confused. Jim Roll said, I found an $89,000 violin bow online. Well, you know.
Okay, well, yeah, there you go. Maybe that thing is worth $80. 'Cause
Maybe so.
I'd rather pay 80 than 89,000.
Yeah.
I'd rather have a new car at that price. Down payment on a house, maybe.
You know what? Talking about playing with the symphony. So I got a call to play with the Fresno Symphony. And it was to play all the movie themes. They were going to do movie themes from Star Wars and a bunch of them, you know, all these movie themes. And this guest conductor was coming in. So I was really nervous about it. And it called for nylon string guitar. And the leader of the symphony, I forget what her title is. She says, "Well, look, I'll email you the music." So she did, and it was one page with like. And I emailed her back and I said, "Are you sure that's all there is?" Because when I first heard the call, I thought, holy crap, they're going to be doing all this, you know, maybe Yngwie kind of stuff with electric guitar. I don't know what those themes do, you know. So I was gearing up for that. And then I get the music, a nylon string guitar, and it was playing quarter notes.
Huh. So my guess is you passed on that gig.
No, I played it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and so you did. I just sat and listened the whole time. It was really, really fun. And then it came time for me to play. So the conductor If you've ever worked with a conductor, it's kind of weird because he's like going. And I'm like used to like, where's the downbeat? Is it here? Where? It should be right here, right? Boom, 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 boom. Not. And it's like, so I'm going, trying to find the beat, because I thought you had to look at the conductor, and then it turns out, he said, he was nice enough to say, just listen to the drummer. So, okay, then I could play my little part. But anyway, it was a fun experience.
There was a question up here that we missed a second ago. Actually, did you see Pat Evans' comment right there is wonderful. He said, we can fix you right up with an acoustic. I'll even put bird poop on the neck.
Thanks, Pat. Thanks.
Need that.
Pat is a pillar in the community of Fresno, and he said, you know what dogs do to pillars. So, yeah, that's great. Thanks, Pat. I really appreciate that. Hey, Rich, do you ever solo on sambas, and how do you go about it? Well, yeah, we play sambas all the time. It will fit in the tub. Too funny. Where's the downbeat? Yeah. So I talked to, going back to that about the symphony, and I was talking to these seasoned string players, and they were asking them about the guest conductor and stuff. And I said, are you having a hard time following him? And they're like, yeah. I don't look at him. I'm like, okay, all right. And they were auditioning. Conductors for the orchestra, and they many audition tapes and videos, and we finally decided on this one gal from Japan, I think, and she was very exact on where the beat was. Boom, bah, boom, boom, bah, you know, instead of this. You know, it's hard, man. That's hard.
Yeah, I actually watch the Cal Poly band all the time because they're always playing at the sports. And yeah, being a conductor seems like it would be pretty hard for sure.
Oh yeah, and you're generally, you know, because orchestra have a tendency to drag, and so he's always in front of the beat, trying to push him along, push. You know, it's like. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. Anyway, there is a question here from Tom Vlomans. Do you also play gypsy jazz? Because I hear so much in common with bebop.
No, I don't really, you know. I have a couple of Frank Viola guitars on order. I've had them on order for about 2 years now.
From what company?
Eastman. No, I don't really play that too much. There is a lot of similarities in jazz when you know, and some gypsy tunes are like, you know, that's kind of like a gypsy jazz song, you know, minor. They do a lot of minor, you know. Yeah, I can't even do it.
Yeah, who is your buddy that we interviewed a long time ago who played?
John Jorgensen.
Yeah, man, he's great.
Yeah. Very musical, very musical. Just wait till Camp Kirby and I are working on an orchestra routine. We are interviewing conductors right now. Okay, good. Soloing on sambas. Well, let's see. I could play a samba. You know, it's just, yeah, solo, yeah. Actually, one of the songs I was going to play. How are we doing on time? Is it already 12:30?
Yeah.
Gosh. Well, it's almost time to end. So much for the break.
Is it? Yeah. Is Caliente a? Is that a samba?
Well, it's quasi samba. Quasi samba.
Well, let's play it.
Let's play it. This is another original. And you've heard it a million times if you watched any of my videos because it's the intro to the video. Let's see where the volume is. Whoop. And the crowd went mild.
You can always tell how hard you're jamming by how shaky the cameras get. He's like pounding on the floor so hard that
Oh.
all the cameras. We need to put some styrofoam under you or something.
Hey, by the way, that Band in a Box file has John Jorgensen playing guitar.
Oh, cool.
Speaking of the devil.
It Mofo said, I always thought those conductors were just for show, kind of like a bird inlay on a guitar.
No, they're not just for show. I tell you what, I've seen some fantastic conductors with some really great symphonies, and it makes a difference, believe it or not. So when I first came to town, I got a job recording the youth symphonies that was just the brightest and the greatest around the Central Valley, and they would bring in guest conductors, and my goodness, it does make a difference. Okay, so yeah, that was Caliente. There was a couple other things we were going to talk about. I forget. It's hard to not get political, but can you believe the price of gas now? Come on. But I was lucky, the other day. I got gas for $1.79. Can you believe that? A place called Taco Bell. That's funny, huh? Well, are we done here, Wes? Did we complete everything?
Yeah, I think we can wrap it up for sure, unless anyone has any other questions for us or anything like that.
Oh, I didn't show my lick. I have a lick. Want to do a lick?
It's up to you, man.
Okay, here's a shape lick. Like a shapeshifter. And it looks like this. It's over an E7. Okay? And look at, here's an E chord. See how that looks? 4 3 1 4 3 1 E chord. Now if I start here and I go, that's like a B flat 9 minus the B flat. So now I got it. Or if you want to call it an E augmented. And then take that same shape and go up here, up to a D diminished. Now what if I go like this? Get a little outside for flat 5 there. And do the same thing. And so now I have a... Isn't that cool? Now I could symmetrically take them up. So I could go... take it up, a minor third, everything up. Whoop. Let's go there. Whoop. That was right. A little symmetrical lick, and I got a bunch of them. They're called shape licks, and they're kind of pretty cool. Okay, well, guys, thanks again for joining us, and Wes, thank you for doing this, and Gail, thank you for doing that, and making all those comments, keeping track of everything, and remember these strings if you want to try them out. And look for some of these guitar videos.
Can you play the Flintstones theme?
No, not today. I'm too tired. How you know, it's rhythm changes. But anyway, we'll do that next week. Well, y'all come back next week and we'll do this again. Have a blessed week, you guys.